feeling guilty for saying no? At the end of this video, I want you to feel absolutely guilt-free of saying no and completely empowered to say no more often. You see, when we say yes to everything and anything that comes our way, what happens? Are you actually a good leader when you're saying yes to everything? What happens when you accept everything? When you are yes woman? Your agenda just piles up like crazy. Are you actually a leader? Are you actually a good professional? Are you a good mother if you say yes to everything? Saying yes comes really from a very old story. It comes from the story of the witch. Huh? How are you linking professional women with the witch? Yeah, look at it. Women were killed. And they were killed because they were bad women. Why were they bad women? Because they said no. They were powerful. They said no. Many of the reasons why they said no is they said no to men. And how dare a woman say no to a man? So they were hanged or burned. And when you are hanged or burned, you cannot breathe. Both way of dying, you cannot breathe. And this has been passed through us because you see, in our DNA, we have 7 generations of our lineage, of our ancestors. So you and me have all this story of women not allowed to say no. This generation, you and me, are going to change that. And no, we're not going to say no to everything, because what happens if we say no to everything? I did that. I tried to do that. I really tried not to be my mother by pretending to be my father. So I said yes to all the things masculine because I can't do it. And what happened? What happened? I became burned out because I was just working a masculine way of working. I became lonely because I was not able to build rich relationships with other women. That's not a good idea. Saying yes to everything is not a good idea. Saying no to everything is not a good idea. We have to create something, not in between, something better than in between. What is in between? In between is compromise. I read a beautiful example in the book that I recommend to you, Never Split the Difference. And I guess that's why he chose a title. He says, imagine a couple that is going to go out. He wants to wear the brown shoes, and she wants him to wear the black shoes. And compromise will be that he wears one black and one brown. That's compromise for you. It's awful, isn't it? Well, that is not setting healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries is to find the accommodation that will allow yourself to love yourself fully and allow to respect and love the other person at the same time. At the same time. Think about this story, the story of a couple that were looking for a house. He wanted to live in the center of town. She wanted to live in the suburbs. So of course, they never found a house because she was looking in the suburbs and he was looking downtown. And it was almost a reason for divorce. They were not able to find a house. So what did they do? They literally took the map and had a conversation. What is specifically what is specifically the limit of the city center for you. So he literally painted a line of what was a city center for him. And she painted a line of what were the suburbs for her. Guess what? There was an overlap. In this area of the city, both of them could be happy to live. And that is where they could both love each other. That is where they could both buy the house. That was a healthy boundary for her. That was a healthy boundary for him. So how do you create healthy boundaries? Healthy boundaries is by really understanding specifically what is what the other person needs and wants, and what is what you need and want. So obviously for this, you not to understand what you need and want. Many times we don't understand what we need and want because we are afraid of specifying conditions for failure. So to set healthy boundaries, you need to take the courageous step of daring to ask for what you want. Now, for that, you need to break a lot of conditioning. And the only way to break conditioning is to do it. For that, you need to practice. Recently, there was a birthday party and one girl was asking me, because I was cutting the cake, I want that piece where is the strawberry. And her mother said, you don't say that. From childhood, we have been conditioned not to ask, to ignore, to repress, to what we are wanting. So start practicing, at least telling to yourself what you want. Do you want strawberry or chocolate? Do you want a cup of tea or a glass of wine? Do you want a salad or do you want steak? What do you want? It's not you are doing for doing because it's the desire of your parents, because it's the desire of them. What is what you want? So as you tune to what is what you want, you will be able to express better what you want. So that's the first half. The second half is to become a better listener. A better listener, an active listener, so that you can understand what is what the other person needs or wants. Because obviously, we are talking about building strong relationships for the long term. And as I was telling you, the story that is very practical of finding the house, you can apply this with your boss, with your children, with your husband. Be clear of what you want. Listen, ask questions, clarify, listen actively what the other person wants. Get the two circles specifically of what is where you overlap. When you are able to understand where is the overlap, then you can express it. You can express it. And not only is a matter of expressing it, but it's actually getting it done. So what you want, listening, noticing where is the overlap, and do it. Because you see, that's something that drives me crazy about personal development, that many times, many of us just think about how the solution will be, but we don't act accordingly. Well, act accordingly. Do it. You know, one of the complaints that I had with my husband is that we were not going out on dates. So I put my plan in our Google Calendar, and then we went on a date. It's very important that you not only speak your boundaries, but you make them happen. Because that way is how you're going to build beautiful and wonderful, long-lasting relationships. So there you have it for you, how to set healthy and powerful boundaries. If you would like to go deeper with this work and you would like to work with me, let's explore, let's have a conversation. Let's have simply a conversation. I don't sell to everybody, you know. Let's have a conversation if that I could be your coach. BlancaVergara.com/yes, and let's talk. I work better with professional women who are overworked, maxed out, because they haven't been setting healthy boundaries. They haven't been saying no when they need to. They haven't been saying what they really want, not to everybody, and sometimes not even to themselves. If that is you, let's have a conversation. BlancaVergara.com/yes. I will be delighted to talk to you. And oh my God, please destroy the like button, share, comment. It makes a huge difference for the channel. Thank you very much for being here. I see you next time.